Podcast City Network.
Interviewing all your favorite deathmatch superstars. 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 Deathmatch Russell. Deathmatch Russell. Deathmatch Russell.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Tonight, my guest is, we're doing this for the second time because we had some technical difficulties last night. We're ready to roll. Chapter 1 with Dr. Carl Martin and much, much more. Let's hear what he's got to say about the Monster Factory TNA experience and much, much more. Tune in, fans. Let's talk wrestling right now. Carl, you're on the line. Doctor, are you there?
Oh yes, the doctor is in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chapter 1 begins right now. Wow.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to it all week, and I'm glad that we could get together.
Absolutely, Doc. You know, there's plenty of things that happened this past week, and you saw I showed you some stuff. You showed me some stuff. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. What a wrestling weekend it was, you know.
Exactly. There's so much out there now. There's just so much content, you know, and that was only two examples in Philly and then in New Jersey. So
yeah,
it's really impressive how much is happening everywhere.
Absolutely. So, man, let's get right into that, man. You were just at what, TNA this weekend? TNA experience?
Yeah.
Like an experience almost. I call it the experience because that's like an experience. Every time anybody goes,
definitely.
You know. I've been to the Raw TNA shows before.
Yeah, I haven't been out there for one of those yet, but I'll tell you, at the 2300 Arena, it was a blast.
I'll tell you what, they've redone that place beautifully. Don't get me wrong, they've redone that place. It's not like it used to be, you know. There's that bar out front now. Am I right? You know, it's a full blown out bar. It's like crazy now, you know. But when you walk,
they had bleachers in there.
Yeah,
and it's new and it's well maintained, and I've luckily been able to help set up shows there, and it's a really professional crew they've got there. Cool.
What have you helped with in the past? I'm sure, like other shows.
There was a Louisiana-based company called Wildcat Wrestling that came up, and they actually we helped them set up a show using the Monster Factory ring because that's up for rent for those that need a ring when they're away from home.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I think that was one of my first experiences of actually doing something in the business.
Yeah,
and that was just it's so much fun.
It is. Yeah, I'm sure I've had my share of hauling the Game Changer ring and helping with weapons here and there out of state, you know. When they go to Chicago, you know what? I had to help. Got to do something while you're there, you know. Drive 12 hours, you got to help, you know. Run weapons to the... It was pretty weird because it was like a dark shopping mall, you know, like the setup what they had. It was awesome. It was dingy, you know, because then they changed buildings after that, you know. It was like, wow.
Okay, so that was kind of like a one-time deal where you really got to kind of be there for it. But it kind of fits that
yes, and make my entrance with Nate Webb. Come on, how can you not go with teenage dirtbag playing and getting involved? Come on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and actually, I got to meet him after in New York. You know, the guy. I was like, "This is cool.
Nice.
This was cool." I got to finally meet him, but he never got a T-shirt. I'm pissed off. I got to send him one. I'm going to send you. Well, I'll be seeing you soon, I'm sure. So I can.
Absolutely. You're going to make your way out to a couple Monster Factory shows here in the near future, I'm sure.
Yes, I am. But boy, what experience that was for you, huh? You were telling me about you were talking actually on you had a podcast earlier this morning on a radio station.
Yeah.
At 10
with Completely Damaged with RC, Matt Porter, and Bullet. Yeah. Yes. It's a great time.
Yeah, like I say,
that's with Montco Community College Radio, and I'm sure we're going to have you on in the near future as well.
Oh, awesome! I'd love to partake in that and get out there.
It's a great operation. Yeah. It's we talked with a NASCAR racer today. And
yes, that was kind of interesting. Content. Yeah, that was pretty cool to talk to somebody that's been around the bush and all the the ins and out of the of drag racing and this and that, like we don't follow we don't follow that stuff like personally, you know what I mean? Like we hear about NASCAR.
But there's a lot of crossover in all these different forms of entertainment.
Absolutely.
And the people that I find you meet, because he actually is also a wrestling manager.
Right.
He's done that.
Yeah.
So it's so cool how much crossover there is with just being an entertainer. You want to. You just want to get out there and you want to try and tell stories.
Yeah, like I could tell a story. My dad used to work for Caterpillar, and Donaldson was a big distributor of. I remember going to Indianapolis, and I actually met the Roger Penske, that Indianapolis 500 in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was awesome.
Wild.
That was fun.
And like I'm not one that usually follows racing.
But I'll tell you what.
I love going to stuff like that.
Tell you what.
It's so much fun.
It was so much fun, and the food, my God, like they do it up. Like like we thought we'd do barbecues and this and that. They had the full spread. Everything was there, ready to go.
That's fantastic. It's just, so I'm looking forward to possibly doing that over the summer. Like as you've seen. I've just gotten a bunch of really awesome opportunities here.
Yes, you have. Future. You have a lot coming up with the Monster Factory and Dog, of course. Adrenaline Wrestling.
Yeah.
And man, that's like some good things happening with you.
I love it.
And so I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm so proud of you, It's like
Thank you. That means a lot.
It does.
It's a struggle to get there. And you fight because, it's 2 years in the making to kind of finally get some bookings like this. And I'm just looking forward to getting out there, entertaining, and proving that Unstable really is one of the best things going out there, I think.
Yeah.
The overall presentation, and then working with guys like Mike Dobbs, who is Michelle, and Getty Cahoon, who, he is just a fantastic mind in the business, I think. He's young, he's smart, he's very talented, and I'll tell you, he's willing to do whatever it takes to entertain the fans.
Well, maybe you have to give him a buzz and let him come on to the Deathmatch Russell podcast.
I think that would be a great idea, because he comes up to completely damaged at times.
Yeah.
We filmed that right in Bluebell, and it's great. It's he's a great talent with a lot of really cool interests, and it's one of the reasons why I think we as a group get along, because we're pretty intelligent people, and we have very similar interests. Believe it or not, the three of us we love The Simpsons. So everything usually is backed up with The Simpsons reference.
Oh boy, Homer Simpson, here we go.
It's great. We just we have our own little inside language.
Yes.
And it's fun.
Yeah. You gotta have it kind of like your that's like the Deathmatch family, like that's like our thing.
Right.
Deathmatch family. We all travel the roads, plenty of stories, here and there, and I'll never forget the time taking a trip actually with the Whack Packer Kevin Hogan. Oh my God, I love talking about that story. My God, we were on the road 12 hours, a couple of us in the car, and going to Mid-South for the Deathmatch, King of the Deathmatch 16? Yes. And 2016. And Devin Moore hit me up on Facebook during our travels, and we're going to stop at a rest stop. Well, we had to go pick up a blade.
Oh, jeez, yes.
And Kevin, my friend's sitting in the front seat. He's waving the knife around.
Oh, dear God!
Can you imagine just seeing the face of Kevin? And he's like, "Oh shit! What about whoa?" They put that knife down. Just the way that he was. It was hysterical. It was great.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, those are fun moments. Like something like that happened at Impact.
Right.
We were doing an interview, and out comes a guy wearing kick pads, and he's wearing his gear, and it's like, oh, hey, would you mind doing an interview? He's like, sure. Would you mind giving me a ride to Staples?
Really? Oh my God.
Yeah, he had to pick something up for Staples for his anniversary, and so we ended up getting to chat. And really cool dude, really cool guy, Trey Miguel. From the Rascals.
Oh my gosh, I think we were talking about that before our podcast, but yeah, Trey McGill, fantastic worker, man. He's like one of the top guys that needs to be seen everywhere, and he's just killing it by storm, like always, you know.
It's fun, and they're entertaining, and they know that that's what it's about.
They do. I mean, look at where they are. I mean, look where they came from. Come on, Rockstar Pro. Look at that. Like, they launched out of that company and just, you know, a lot of guys out of that company.
It's
you think about it. I know.
It's so interesting how like this pipeline has kind of been created in independent wrestling.
And it makes us want to take trips out to Rockstar Pro to check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like go.
Yeah.
Because actually H2O was out there. You know, Matt Tremont did a show out there one year. You know? I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah. Let's, you know, shout out to that Matt Tremont, you know? Big H2O
Absolutely.
things. Big things.
I love his entrance music. It's the best.
Oh, Journey every time. I know. It's like Nick
Yeah.
Gage. Come on. For whom the bell's tolled. Come on.
Yeah. Someday love will find you. Like,
yes.
I love it. Yeah, I get so hyped.
His music, every time you just put, you know, I used to be a streamer fan, big time. Like, I used to throw the streamers every time for him. And I still do. I still do.
Nice.
You know, nothing wrong with that. And I hand fan streamers too, you know. Here you go. I was going to be like,
Absolutely.
hashtag Mr. Streamer, you know. But no,
it's so fun. Like I know a couple guys that they end up on like streamer duty and stuff or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I love watching them scramble and panic to get them all.
Yeah, and it's like my one friend. He's addicted to tacks. You know, he's like the thumbtack king. You know.
Oh no.
Yeah. So every time we go to like a dollar store, he always finds out that they're sold out. Has to go to the other one, you know, every show. But he gets them. Gets all whole.
That's amazing.
I know. It's great. I mean, I remember. Yeah.
What's something that you've your favorite like homemade weapon that you've ever seen brought to a death match?
Favorite weapon? Well, I've made tons of stuff in my day all the time too.
Yeah.
When I'm traveling, I come up with ideas in my brain, or I just sit home and I'm looking around, just going. The craziest thing I ever.
That would hurt to fall on.
Yeah, actually, I came up with a skewer mannequin head.
Ooh, that's fun.
That was fun because they used
head kind of thing.
Yes, it was cool because I got to use that at the Subterranean Volume 1 or 2, one of the premier Subterraneans, because it's going to be 5 that's coming May 18th. I cannot wait. Oh my God. It's
nice.
It's a solidly stacked card this time around. Oof. It's a lot more guys. They bringing in a lot more guys for this one. My God, it's going to be like a...
There's so much talent out there now.
That it is.
Like Getty Cahoon just participated in the Ring of Honor tryout combine, along with another Monster Factory alumni, Max Sterling, and it sounds like they did awesome.
That's awesome. Big shout out to them.
It sounds like there was so much talent
big props.
there.
Yeah, that's big props to them. You know.
It's tough. Like I went last year to one, and that's a great weekend.
I need to come to one of them. That's
much.
something I need to do too. I'll have to come. Hit me up and remind me. I want to check that out too. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
I miss the Ring of Honor.
It's just so much knowledge.
I miss the Ring of Honor because remember I talked about my Ring of Honor back heydays, you know, to you on chat.
Yeah.
We had some really good chats there, you know. My God,
it's great.
It is, and there's a future Ring of Honor right there. And my God, like you think,
there's just so much talent out there.
There really is,
and it's because there's an easy way to get to these schools like Monster Factory, you know, where you can show up.
Mm-hmm.
You show up. You do a tryout, and you have to prove your worth.
Mm-hmm.
Once you pay your dues,
Mm-hmm.
you prove your worth. You get on the shows.
You do your promo.
You work your way up.
Yep. Do your promos,
Yeah.
and that's the main.
Exactly.
To show you what you're made of, also. But
And that's a one thing I love about the Monster Factory is
Right.
that it's such a focus on the fundamentals,
Mm-hmm.
and we do promo work,
Yeah.
and we value managers. We value the art of it.
What's your part of
a-
that? What's your part? You were telling me you train them. What's your part? What do
Oh
you do?
yeah, absolutely.
What-
So like,
what
we train Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. And those are just the days that usually are mandatory. So
what are you
we
doing?
all
What
go-
are you there? I mean, you train? You actually train them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Doing bumps, working matches.
Oh, nice.
Reffing.
Yeah.
I
Promo.
might do some video editing or
Yes.
doing promos.
Yeah.
Helping out with other guys doing promos.
Mhm.
It's great.
That's cool.
It's a great atmosphere.
That's cool.
If I could show you,
Yeah.
the work and the progress that some guys there have made.
Yeah.
Travis Jacobs, he's a young guy there that we started together,
Mhm.
and he has come miles beyond what he used to do for promos, and it's because he practices constantly.
You have to do it by the mirror, right? The old mirror, right? Look in
Yep.
the mirror. Look in
Yep.
the mirror and just talk.
Film yourself, do them on the drives,
Yeah.
in the shower. It's all the time,
It is.
It's great.
But if they don't freeze up, then they're okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The Wi-Fi
that's
cuts
something
off.
that you work through in the promo classes.
Yeah.
When guys freeze up, we encourage them, don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Use it. You know what? Maybe you got frustrated. It's okay to lose your place when you get frustrated with
Yeah.
somebody you're about to fight.
But show
You know.
show who you are, and then it really builds up, and then look who you got.
Mhm.
You got your
Mhm.
superstar. You know?
Right.
I mean,
And you gotta be that full package now.
Yeah.
Anybody can go and learn to wrestle, but
Mm-hmm.
not everybody can cut a good promo.
No, and that's the truth. Like you look back now, like looking back in the days of the promos, like man, like you had the cut skin, of pro
Mhm.
top talent, guys who really couldn't do it, and
Mhm.
you looked at like the Macho Man, and you looked at Ric Flair, you know.
And the cream always rises to the top. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you slip into a Slim Jim, yeah, dig it. Thank you.
Dig it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love Macho Man. And those guys, they were so good.
And then, if you get me to say Mr. Mick Foley, well, Mr. Sacco is, hanging out with me.
Perfect.
Is that, a nice way to say hello? Have a nice day. Baby!
It's stellar.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And then I always think of, Mr. McMahon,
Yeah.
here's Yerple.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
in the hospital room.
Mhm.
So good.
Yeah. I remember I'll never forget going to, I think you probably heard of my promos before, my video podcast before. I always tell the story about, I was at Christmas time, Sunday Night Heat. I got to be a part of it in New York City.
Oh, nice.
In New York City, yes. When it was first opened, that restaurant, when the restaurant was in New York.
Man, that restaurant was awesome.
My sister had.
I went there.
Yeah, me too. And my sister and I went to the restaurant, not knowing what's going on, walking in the back to have some dinner. The hostess says they're going to be hosting wrestling tonight. I'm like, what? I'm all excited.
Oh,
Okay.
that's awesome.
You're going to be on TV. What? And then Taz and Michael Cole were there, standing right there. I stood behind them on camera, and they were in Kentucky or something, Louisiana, because Ric Flair was there, and like a super show, and we, me and Taz were going Ric Flair chants all night long. It was great. It was It was the night where Stone Cold and Booker T were in the supermarket.
That is my favorite segment of all time.
And towards the end of the night, like when they leave, I'm saying, after he goes, price check, jackass, and then I said, paper or plastic, Like, but I call my mother. I'm calling my mom. Here's VHS DVD. You know, when we had VHS. Hey, Mom, can you tape this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on TV. You know, and then I finally got it remastered. You know, to DVD.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I will get you.
Yeah.
Oh, I will get.
Yeah.
I love that. That whole fight. It reminds me of They Live with Keith David and Roddy Piper fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, it was.
I would pay to see them remake that movie. Actually.
So I was like, wow.
Get that to happen.
So I was like, this is cool, because then I think that was the Taz and Christian angle at the time too, you know, when they were going at it in the ring.
Yeah.
I think Chuck Colombo was in the ring and somebody else. I couldn't, you know, I was like, wow, I'm on like national TV, woo, worldwide.
Yeah.
You know? Surprise.
That's amazing.
That really was. That was like a highlight of
and
my...
you never know. You never know when stuff like that's going to happen.
I know. It's like I was at the Wrestler, right? For 5 minutes in Rahway. You know, I'm walking outside having a cigarette. There's Mickey Rourke. You know, I should have snapped a pic, but I didn't. I didn't snap a pic though. But
that's okay. It's
but
a memory.
I could see myself in the front second row, okay, ringside. So there, in a white T-shirt and one of those white dragon ball caps or whatever they were, hot logo dragon. Yeah. Good times, you know.
That's fantastic.
What kind of stories you have growing up? Like, what's your memorable trip or show you've seen? And you're just like...
I remember I was there it was the night after the Rumble, and it was in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and it was when Chris Benoit came over to Raw during the brand split and said he was going after Triple H.
Right.
And that was wild. That was a pretty cool event. It was also when they first announced that Undertaker was returning.
And I think I was the first time I remember when I first saw Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam in New Jersey, and Rey Mysterio, and I got panned out in the crowd. I found my picture.
Oh, nice.
You know, I think that was when Triple H was just coming back off the recovery. You know, the hip, the knee injury, the actual, you know, way before like all this serious knee. You know, that was way back. I think like Carlito was there, and
wow,
that's old school.
What a weird roster that was.
I'll never forget that. But my favorite night was I went to the ECW One Night Stand 2 in the Hammerstein. I was there for that, 6th row.
Wow, cool.
I was right behind Michael Cole, or what was it? Jerry Lawler and Michael. Yeah, I think it was Michael Cole. No, Joey Styles. You know, and it was just great because I was chanting Balls Mahoney, and he heard me and saw me, and you know, it was just a great night. That was a great night. Trying to take chairs home on a bus in the terminal for was a pain in the ass. It really was. I was like, I had to bubble wrapped them, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to carry him from my sister's apartment, you know, 6 flights up, but
oh my god.
Yeah. But no, what a night that was, though. Well worth it.
I bet. What was the highlight of that whole night? Was it Balls Mahoney?
No, the Terry Funk Sabu, or no, the John Cena Riot. Remember?
Oh right.
The T-shirt got thrown around, and that was like the night. I forgot about that. That was like a night. Yeah, but then the fire. We saw the fire from Foley and you know.
Yeah.
Dreamer,
and Edge.
Yeah, Edge and Dreamer and Terry Funk wrapped up after he got it cut and just came back out.
That was nasty.
Yeah,
that was really.
And then
nasty.
the Sabu match was good, you know. But everything was really, it was pretty cool. It was a really cool atmosphere of ECW. But it was, you know, like the timing was just right, you know, for the trend.
It was really kind of a special
the trend, you know, the new WWE, you know, the new versus the old, you know, whatever that, you know, the when it changed over a little bit, you know, I can't think of what. The transition there from the ECW with the new style, and then it came back like a Big Show. Remember how he was traded?
And then it was like the big silver belt.
He's a big dude, though. Holy shit!
Oh, who Show? Big Show? Back then he was a horse.
Yeah,
he couldn't even he was wearing jeans.
He put Snitsky like to size, like difference,
right?
You know,
especially back then.
Yeah. Shout out to Gene. I love Gene. Gotta love Gene.
Yeah.
Man,
it's not It was full.
You know what? The funny thing was it last summer? I went up to Cabela's, right?
Yeah.
And I went over to that there's a surplus store right there. He runs that.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. Yes, right on the corner. And he's like, hey, I know you. Oh, yeah. Hi, Dave. How are you? I was like, damn.
That's amazing.
I know. Yeah, it's like...
That's really funny.
Huh? It is.
I said that is really funny.
Like, yeah, I was like, or just like, hey, I remember, didn't you just do a show recently or something? Yeah. You know, it's great to catch up when he's around.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, let's snap a picture. Okay.
I don't think, I haven't seen it. Does he still work?
I think he works for that that midget wrestling still. I don't know what he does. I see all this advertisement for Snitsky, you know, at that Knuckle Brawl Wrestling in AC or something I'm seeing. I don't know. I don't know. Or Micro. Maybe he's still working with Micro. I don't know. He does a lot of things. He's probably still doing indie shows up in Pennsylvania, I'm sure. You know.
Okay.
Elsewhere, you know. Who knows?
That makes sense. That'd be fun to see him.
It really would be. Go run into the... if you get a chance, go to Cabela's.
I remember...
go to the surplus store.
What was that? Yeah.
Go there. That's where I picked up my badass little souvenir backpack. Like, I take to shows and stuff. I'm like, you know what? This is awesome.
Yeah. Did he sign it?
No, I should have. had him sign it, but no. But yeah,
that's funny. Just running into like somebody out in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know who's in the real world. Like, it's when I was like 18 years old, I like telling the story of how I met Balls Mahoney. You know?
Yeah.
How I was working at a dollar store, right? And as a stock boy, and this kid, there's a conversation going on. Somebody walks in, and this like lady said, "This guy's I think he's a wrestler," and I'm like, I listen in. He's from ECW, and I was like, oh shit, no kidding. Hey, and then we became friends after that. You know, Balls and I. It was awesome. Yeah. You know, because next door was what was really cool is next door was a big and tall clothing store. Public Enemy would go in there and buy their clothes. How cool is that? Because my friend was like the manager of that place. Really, I know. Small world, you know, in St. Louis.
I got to meet Bill Apter at a...
I've done that.
For the state.
I met him.
Because Bill Apter, he actually works as a job coach.
Yeah.
And I met him while I was actually working for the state. And I turn around and he's like, "Hi, I'm Bill." I'm like, "Oh, I know who you are."
Oh, wow. I met him.
So that was real wild.
I met him at a Wrestle Reunion 2 in Valley Forge. I met him, and I actually...
What a nice guy. He is...
I was there, and I was a fan, of course, wrestling. You're here, we're all checking it out. My dad's with me, and walking around, meeting everybody, and he's like, "Hey," or I looked up at a sign that said, "Mick Foley, Q&A." Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I got on the mic. I didn't know what to say, but it was the perfect timing. I was like, "Mick, what was it like falling off the Hell in a Cell versus Undertaker?" And he said he was scared shitless, you know?
Yeah.
It was great. And Molly Holly's laughing and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But that was great.
They just, I think they just did a... like an open discussion thing, like he and Taker over in the UK, I think.
Oh, cool.
And somebody was like, "Would you ever do another Hell in a Cell match?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, everybody's got a price."
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's wild.
That's wild. It's like you talking about the challenge earlier. the Tommy Dreamer and the dipping challenge with the Taker.
Oh, yeah. So nasty.
That was nasty.
Oh.
I watched that. I was like, oh, God. I had to watch it.
Like, it was real. Like, it was real spit. Like, that stuff Tommy apparently would do backstage.
He would. So, he would do stuff like that. Great. The innovator of violence, come on. He would always...
And you get bored. And back then, they didn't have, like, you know, smartphones and all that shit to eat up the time.
No, they didn't.
Nowadays, a lot of guys are just on their phones. So,
yeah. But
back then, if you're around 8 hours in a day, you're gonna figure out how to cause some trouble.
Shit, right? Try it by a beeper or something. I think they had a beeper by then.
Yeah, probably. And they all read 316.
Yeah. Yes. Every time we got a beep. I remember that. Oh my God. I probably still have my old beeper laying around. Oh God, that's scary.
Oh man. We'll go on a Smithsonian someday.
Yeah, right. All our cell phones will. Even the damaged ones. Completely damaged. How's that? I'm going to say shout out to completely damaged.
There you go. Yeah. RC, Matt Porter.
Yeah.
I like working with those guys. We're doing like different Comic-Cons and stuff too.
Oh, cool.
Where I go out as the doctor and I'll interview people. There was one, I did an interview, last one with a cosplayer who was Spider-Man. So I'm like, just be Spider-Man. And it was amazing because he's like, oh yeah, actually, I started as a pro wrestler. And I completely forgot that was in the first movie. And I'm like, that's right. You went 3 minutes with Bonesaw. And it was just, right down the fly.
You had to jump him. You had to get him ready for that. That was perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, it's fun stuff like that because there's carryover everywhere. You know, it's I think these days don't pigeonhole yourself just as, wrestling as entertainment.
No.
Get out there.
Go out.
Draw some new fans in. I always try to do that when I'm working somewhere. I'm going to try and bring new fans. I'm going to try to bring all my friends. I'm going to hype it.
You have to. You have to hype it wherever we go. It's like, come on, get it going. It's a product. We want something to show what we're supporting. And
absolutely.
Professional wrestling,
and it makes you more attractive as a commodity too.
How long
that means they know that you're going to go out and promote.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I was a fan of wrestling, and it's like, you know what? I could do a podcast. I can do this. Yeah. It's really not that hard. Buy a microphone, talking to it. Come on. I love talking to people and telling stories. Like what? Right. 2 years in now? Come on. I'm a pro now. Shit.
It's great. And it's just, it's fun. It's, you network and you hope to give a little bit back.
But next thing I really need to get into learning how to use that Twitch network stuff, like the streaming. Streaming is the big thing now. I'm noticing.
It really is. Everybody always has something like that in the background now.
Yes.
It's even with video gaming, like e-gaming has gotten huge.
Yeah.
They're talking about putting out an e-gaming stadium in Philadelphia.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Stuart, our announcer, he used to work at the MFPW, and he does e-gaming commentary now. So, he's on Twitch. There's a guy that could probably give you the ins and outs for it, and he does a great job. He's an entertaining guy, and he found a place where he felt like he belonged. I'm proud of that guy.
No, Facebook Live has that too, where you could do that too for streaming. It's an amazing process. It's OBS is hard to learn. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's a software for the streaming, but there's ways around it.
I love using Facebook Live. It's something that I've started doing more recently.
Yeah.
At first I was like, who wants that? But then it's like, but it is a great way to promote yourself.
It really is.
And I always find myself in weird places.
You got to.
I might as well share it.
You have to. I know. That's why I try to do it while I'm on a show or something, Try to get out.
Yeah, exactly. I was doing that at Impact.
Yes, you were. And you had a blast. You had a blast because I jumped on there, remember?
Exactly. Yeah, it was so much fun. Like a couple of fans came over and talked to us, saw the hassle that we got, and they're like, "Here, man. These are front row seats. Go enjoy."
Oh, really?
So we were like, "Sweet, thank you."
You got to finally see a match then, right? Yeah.
We got to see a lot of the show.
Yeah.
After we interviewed Petey Williams, Jordan Grace.
Oh, I can't wait I cannot wait to hear that footage. Oh man, I cannot wait to hear it. Coming soon.
It's a lot of fun.
Coming soon? Is you got to have that out pretty soon?
What's that?
I said you'll have that footage pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Awesome.
Hopefully. I'll probably be getting some of that from Cameron here soon.
Sweet.
And as soon as I get that up, I'll link that to you guys.
Yeah.
I did an interview with Dave Christ where he looked like he did not know what to do with it, but it was perfect.
Right.
It was like he was totally weirded out by me as the doctor.
That's awesome. Because he can play different.
So much fun.
So much fun. And you said, I think you said to me, you were talking about to Jordy Grace. You had one with Jordy. She's great. She's always
Jordan
great.
Grace.
Yes.
Yeah, she is awesome. She was a lot of fun too. We got really lucky, and I try not to take up a whole lot of time when I'm doing an interview like that because they're at a show, so they've got a ton of stuff.
So like, how long would you?
Or they've been traveling.
How long would you recommend? Like, say we're doing our podcast, we're going over our limit, though. You know what I mean? Like, what would you cut up that?
Oh,
30?
we're good. Like, this is fun. I love it. Like, this is just kind of a conversation. We're just rolling.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But like, you would have to do 30 minutes, 40, right? Would you?
Cut it.
Try to cut it
and
cut it to
then,
that.
like with these folks, we were just doing quick interviews.
Yeah.
Like, I think we were trying to do like 3 to 4 minutes, and get them in, let them plug their stuff, get a couple quick stories, and then rotate out.
Right. That's the way to do
it. And that got a good flow, and you get more footage with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
That's gonna be cool. Yeah, because
I saw my buddy Fala Ba.
Fala Ba.
Ready to head out. It was so much fun.
So he's a great character.
I love that guy.
He made such an impact. He made such an impact at the show he did at the H2 Arena for the Gimmick Tree just recently. I was at that too. That was great. Yeah.
He's so talented. He's so funny.
He is,
and he's a good person. Which really I think adds on. I saw him, and fun fact, he's actually one of the longest reigning tag team champions at the MFPW. So
there you go.
It was like over 420 some days.
Right.
And so I saw him, and I'm like, "Hey, can we do a quick little interview?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know if I want to do like a full interview." I'm like, "No, let's just cut a promo. All I want you to say is bah."
Yeah, bah.
And it worked out perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, I love that stuff. And it's guys like that can just work on the fly. Yeah. And he was really creative. Came up with unstay bah. Like that's.
Yeah.
I was like, that was perfect.
That was good. Yeah, it's something to catch them off guard. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's organic, and that's when I like am coming up with a promo or something, I might have like a couple bullet points, the typical. Well, you got to get this stuff in, but otherwise, I like to just roll with it. I like to just kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, that's like I gave you a list of questions, but we never went over them. That's okay. You see
it's
how
I think it works better when we're just having a conversation.
It is. But I had like also pretty cool questions there too.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. You have to switch it up. You have to. I don't.
Yeah.
And I learned that through my friends of podcasting. I guess that's the way to do it. They're like, you have to break out more conversation, let the person speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't know like who's gonna. Are they gonna be a good interview? Are they gonna have other things to say? Are they even in the mood to talk? That's kind of frustrating.
I used to hate those. When I first started, I was like, this faded guy. Okay.
Yeah. You're just trying to drag anything out of them.
Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, Yeah,
exactly. You get that dead air, and you're like, well, I don't know where we're gonna go now, but there's always somewhere to go with it.
Yeah, it's like I need to I want to update my my intro, my exit, my promos.
Right.
I'm trying to work on that. It's hard. Get that.
Right.
Ads. I just want to
find the time because that stuff is time consuming.
It really
People
is.
Don't realize.
It really is. The ads. I know. I have friends that do that, but they're so busy these days.
Yeah. Yep.
But I like to do my little videos there. You've seen what I can do too. I'm pretty clever.
Oh, absolutely. And it's always always trying to put new tools in the toolbox.
Absolutely, but
video editing. I've recently gotten into that. I like doing that, and
that's
picture editing on Instagram. Doc C. Martin.
Yeah.
I love to just do promo photos or try and put something that's inspired by horror movies or something.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and then even my wife, she does graveyard photography.
Oh, cool.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, so we're always doing something weird or different, and it's always it's a fun time.
You gotta. That's perfect. It's part of being it's what we do. We have to try to do stuff to, balance out what we do and have fun too. It's fun. It's fun.
Yep.
All around.
And try to be different. And find something that not everybody else is doing.
No.
It's tough.
It's tough. It really is. But we have a blast, and we get these podcasts out and get you on here like you wanted to come on, and I got you on, and
absolutely thrilled. And I think would be really cool. Maybe get to talk about an event, or maybe live stream us chatting about an event or something along those lines. I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I could bring my little tripod, maybe my microphone, or whatever.
Yeah,
bring my setup.
Yeah, and maybe even come out to the factory and do some interviews, because they could always use that. Guys are always looking for reps, always trying to get more experience and try to practice.
That's the way to do it, behind a curtain. Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
But what else we got? Dog wrestling coming up. Did we finish even talk about dog wrestling? Shout out to Lawrence. He's going to be on the show on Wednesday night. Ooh, the doc. Mr. Lawrence is going to be back on the air. I forgot about him. Great guy.
Nice.
Lawrence.
Nice. I'm really excited to get to work with them. I think that's going to be a wonderful show. We're getting a great opportunity against the tag team champions. This is. I'm very excited to get to work with a new crowd. Yeah. Although I think that we're going to have a lot of Monster Factory
regulars
proud to be in the audience.
Regulars, probably the regulars. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's going to be nice to have that support and show that we're here to work. We're here to have a great time and to entertain and kick some ass.
I think that's what 29th. I think. May 20-something? I can't...
The 27th.
7th.
Let me pull that up, because I'm going to go ahead and share that.
Share away. And you should share the other one, too. Yeah. Monster Factory, May...
Oh, absolutely. We've got SWF on May 18th. That's going to be great. We're part of a tag team contest there. It'll just be Michelle and I for that one. So definitely looking forward
I wish I was there, but I'll be at a night of violence, and blood, and ultra violence.
Yeah. Well, you will definitely have fun there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to that against the Old School Empire at King of Monsters. That is May 25th. May 25th. And we're thrilled. So that's new to us is dog wrestling. SWF, that's after we did the trifecta tryout.
Yes. I was actually going to say, how was that when you went down there? That was pretty...
It was good.
It was really nice.
Good experience.
Big group of people. I would have loved to come. I was thinking about it, but I was like, oh, I had something to do that day. I mean, it was
huge. I think they had over 50 people.
My friend, actually one of my friends from Chicago was there, Damian Saint, and I... Yeah. And he told me that he ran into you. He said you were, it was awesome. You had a conversation with him as a manager.
Yeah. And that's what's so cool about something like that. I finally got to meet a lot of other guys that I follow on social media.
Yeah.
It's really fun, because then you get to network.
Yeah.
You get to talk about that passion.
Yeah.
You trade tips and tricks, and hey, what are your plans for the future? Oh, well, here's something I heard about,
Yeah. But he said he gave it a try, Hey, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can pick up some new names, so that's always a good.
Yeah.
You got it. That's what you do. You pick up and scope it out. If you don't get on, I heard he was like a couple referees. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what he likes to do besides the manage part, I mean,
right.
But yeah, to see people try their, at an event like that is pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I definitely thought so. Nikos Ricos is a guy.
Yes.
He's actually one of Getty Cahoon's opponents this coming Saturday. He's in a fatal 4-way against Ricky Reyes.
Ricky Reyes, the one and only.
Yeah.
Ricky Reyes, man.
That guy, he is just
a fireball.
Full of knowledge.
He is.
Like, he is... I've gotten to work a match with him with Michelle, and I mean that was a barn burner. It was a lot of fun. and he is a great
Michelle.
Great wrestler.
I might have to have her on my podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I need to. I like
absolutely.
balancing.
Maybe the doctor can arrange that.
I like balancing it out with the men and the females. You gotta, if you don't,
And you get both the best worlds for that.
You do. You really do. you do, because you can hear the stories of what they went through as a kid growing up and how their career really launched, and
Yeah.
But hey, doctor, where could everybody reach the Dr. Carl Martin on social media?
You can go ahead and you can find me I'm on Facebook as Carl Martin. I am the first ever therapist and professional wrestling manager. And you can find me on Twitter at Dr_C_gotcha. We've got Doc C. Martin on Instagram. You can email me at drcgotcha@gmail.com, or find us Unstable01 on Facebook.
Doc, I said, let's do this again. Chapter 2?
Absolutely.
Chapter 2 coming soon?
I would love it. We'll definitely discuss some dates for that.
Chapter 2 coming. I like that.
And thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
I do too.
Absolutely. And he never got back to me. Make sure you get it back to him. You were trying to...
Absolutely. I'll give him a good poke.
Yeah.
And I'll be seeing him tomorrow, so I'll let him know. And we'll make sure that we get you on Completely Damaged.
Yeah, sometime.
Get you out to the Monster Factory shows.
Yes, plenty of stuff coming. Plenty of good stuff.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Looking forward to it.
I think we could do some business. Yeah, I think we could do some business together. That's what they call
Absolutely.
it, right? Absolutely.
You
have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your anniversary. First it was Cinco de Mayo, and then an anniversary. Yeah. I know. Man.
It's been a busy week for me already.
It is. Do I have any wrestling? Actually, I have nothing this weekend. I'm taking a nothing weekend. This is like
there you go.
You pick a nothing to do weekend, I don't even.
There you go.
Just catch up on wrestling. I want to catch up on watch
That's pretty much what you have to do with your downtime now. There's so much content.
I know. They just pulled out MLW was recently. I want to see what happened with that.
Yep.
And Ring of Honor just threw something up on Fight TV. I just got the notification. Come on. I'm trying to catch up on the GCW.
All the time.
I'm trying to keep up on the. I was just want to finish watching the rest of the GCW Chicago show from this past weekend, So see how they had a good crowd there too.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Like I say,
so much fun.
Like I say, my podcast studio door is always open to the public.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No problem. Have a great night.
I'll definitely pass that around at the factory, and I'm sure some guys will take you up on that.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, this will be shared right now, so we'll get it right out to everybody. Let's share it. Share away.
Great. I'll be doing that right away.
All right. I think it's up there now, actually, if you look.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, brother, and have a good night. And
I'm going to close this
out. Look forward to talking to you again.
You too, man. Be good.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I want to say thank you to the doctor for coming on, Dr. Carl Martin. Really check him out. He's a manager, and he does a lot with the Monster Factory as well. And he manages a couple of guys. Check him out on his show. Go say hello to him and support him. Support the managers. It's part of the wrestling that we love their role as a manager to the wrestlers. And just support indie wrestling. Like always, go out to the Monster Factory, check it out. He has a whole bunch of shows, and he posted. I will get them up there too. And fans, tune in tomorrow night, as I will have KZW female superstar Kaylin on from Kentucky Zone Wrestling. KZW all the way, baby. Tune in for that, and tune in Wednesday night as we're gonna bring back Chikara. The old Mr. Turtle Man, Steven the Turtle, will be joining the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. Thank you for listening, and have a great night, everyone.
Hey,
wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level. A symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media. DeathmatchRussell.com. Follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32. And on Facebook, Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at PodcastCity.net. Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.